Hello, followers of Christ. Um, I hope your day was better than mine. I have had the most challenging day trying to get from point A to point B. I am currently at a business conference, but it started out, I got the date wrong on the day I was actually supposed to leave. I thought I was supposed to leave tomorrow. Unfortunately, I had to leave today. So I had to get everything done um, and ended up driving in late, which was fine, but I ran into some challenges when I got checked in. Um, Again, nothing major. I'm not bruised, not hurt. I have all no incidents, accidents on the road. So this is just me being frustrated with having a obstacle induced day. So it brings me to the conversation of when do you know? Let's talk about it. When do you know when God is giving you a sign that you shouldn't go or you shouldn't do something, or when the enemy is trying to distract you and make you feel like it's a sign from God, right? So, all day long, I have been literally, it even started, matter of fact, you can even say last night, I couldn't sleep at all. I was having a tough night sleeping. Woke up, went to work. I was focusing work, but couldn't really get things done that I need to get done before leaving out. Um, Appointment didn't go well. Went to the doctor. Didn't like what I heard from them, and just different challenges. Even picking up my daughter up from practice, they got out late. So then my other daughter, I thought I was gonna get to see before I left, she worked late. So it just kept going all the way up till I made it to my destination, and even then I just kept running into challenges after challenges. But the whole drive up, I continued to ask myself, you know, should I be going to this conference? Like, is this God or is this a distraction? But along the way, somewhere down the road, as I was driving my 3.5 hours, um, the thought came across my mind and it said, why are you so focused? You're already on the way there. Like, I was literally an hour and a half into my drive at this point. So it's like, at this point, regardless of what it was, you're in it now, you know? And so I was like, you're right. So what do I do? So if it was discernment from God and I went being disobedient, I'm in it now. If it was the enemy trying to distract me and prevent me from going, I'm in it now. So I spent so much time focusing on, should I go? Should I do this? Should I do that? It reminded me of a story in the Bible when one of the kings, and I vaguely remember, but the king was trying to outlaw worshiping God because he had people in his ear telling him, you shouldn't let um, your people worship or pray to a God because that's saying that you're not a strong king. So even though one of his most loyal servants prayed to God, um, he didn't want to do it for that reason, but at the same time, you got to save face. And during, the law was issued. And so the servant, being who he is, a faithful servant of God, continued to pray and ask God, Lord, do I stop praying to you or do I continue? So, um, because the law has been made, he was conflicted because the Bible says you also have to obey the law of the land, thus my commandments. So he was really conflicted, and the entire time he was still exercising his practice of praying while also breaking the law. So read that story for yourself. Not gonna give you any more details about it, but it made me think of that because during the time, even though I was questioning, or not questioning, trying to get understanding of if I'm supposed to be on this trip or not, um, I was still doing it. And so um, I'm I'm phrased with the question, how do you know? How do you know the difference between when God, and I'm not talking about when you have strong discernment. Discernment is very different. It's recognizable with the Holy Spirit. But when you're just wrestling with a everyday situation, not even looking for a sign, and you're curious if this is a sign. Well, I wrestled with that today. And that's how God answered. He didn't tell me yes or no. Yes, I sent you on this trip. No, I didn't send you on the trip. He just responded and said, well, you're in it now. You've done it now. So what do you know to do when you have done something that you are not sure was in God's plan, or was being obedient to God? How do you move forward after making a decision like that? And for me, it was trusting that I was still in God's hands. And so what I did, I had to immediately stop focusing on the should I go, should I not, because I'm already on my way here. So I wasn't gonna turn my car around mid trip and go back home. I needed to be here for work. Um, so it was necessary, but at the same time, um, I wanted to make sure I was in God's plan. So at this point, I'm just trusting God. So even my whole way, the remainder of my trip, I continue to ask, trying to hype my faith up, not myself, but hype my faith up, and saying that, yeah, I'm trusting God. I have faith in God. It wasn't me questioning my faith. It wasn't that I was doubting God's faith or God's power and authority. I was more so doubting, did I believe in my own faith, right? You say you got faith, but do you really got faith? Are you sure you got faith? So I just continue to, you know, speak over myself and say, okay, I'm trusting God. I'm trusting God. There's no point. I'm in it. I'm trusting Him. We're going to go all the way. Stop focusing or um, being hypersensitive over the challenges. Now, keep in mind, once I got here, I ran into more challenges. So it is now, let's see, 10:57. So the day is about an hour and 3 minutes. It'll be a new day here. Um, and so the challenges kept coming. But so y'all don't know me, but I'm finna tell on myself a little bit. So even though I had challenges all day, I have a smile on my face. And y'all want to know why I have a smile on my face? This is why I love being on a journey with Christ, because He knows me well enough to know it don't take much for me to get excited or to feel blessed. So I told y'all about all my challenges. Well, I am on a strict nutritional diet by my doctor, and I have to maintain a certain level of protein. Well, I did not only ate once today because of all the going I was doing. So I knew immediately when I got to where I was going, I was going to have to find food. But of course, I had 20 minutes to, before the kitchen closed at where I checked in at. And I still had to go park my car across the street in the parking garage and unload my car, drag everything back across the street, go up, check my room, come check my room. My room's not right. So I have to go back down. So clearly the 20 minutes, you know, just it was gone. It was gone. So of course my second solution is, DoorDash is something quick. Well, and I'm telling you all this for a reason. Just hang in there with me. I promise you. You're gonna understand why I say this. So all the frustrations, room not quite the way it needs to be. And no, I'm not talking about picky. I'm talking about anybody, any human being who encountered what I encountered would have went downstairs with concerns. Okay, it was on that level. So they actually sent someone up to deal with the issue. And they offered, they were sweet. They offered to move me and stuff, but I'm tired. I don't want to move no more. I just wanted the situation rectified, and they did that. But I went online, went DoorDash. I was so excited. I saw something that I wanted. Couldn't get there because they were done with delivery. So then I saw this other place and I was like, oh my gosh, they have them. I've been trying to eat these all week. So I am obsessed with real tacos. Not just any real tacos, but authentic made real tacos. Um, they have become my new comfort food because they are packed with protein. And however they make the shells, the homemade shells, they don't bother me because technically I'm not supposed to eat them. But I can actually eat these comfortably without having any upset stomach, any digestive issues, not being, it doesn't give me a lethargic feeling and stuff. So, like, I can eat them comfortably and not feel all those things I normally would feel by eating just one plain, even a half a tortilla. So I go online and I order, and I found them. And I was nervous because I usually don't do DoorDash because I've been scammed quite often on DoorDash. However, I did DoorDash it, and the food came. My dasher was extremely sweet, kind, and he made sure that he brought it straight to me. And because I had also picked up some else, he said, I wanted to make sure your food was hot when it got here. I am on my way back to get your drink. So he made two separate trips for me so that I can have a pleasant meal. And let me tell y'all something, that was worth everything that I went through to get here. So when you have that discernment about yourself, or when you have that question, and or you've been questioning whether you're supposed to be doing something, or if God is in the midst of what you're doing and you're already in it, go ahead and trust God and have just that tiny bit of faith that God is going to have mercy on you because you didn't intentionally go outside His will. He's going to have grace on you because He's seen that all the things that He put in front of you to prevent you, if it was meant to be prevented, you took it with grace. So He's going to have grace on you for doing that and allow it to be in a pleasant way. So here it is. It's the end of the night, and I managed to end on a happy note with a belly full and ready for the next day's challenges. So I'm still looking forward to seeing what God has in store for me on this trip, or what He's going to bless me with. Like I said, because I couldn't discern if this was God telling me not to come or the enemy trying to distract me, but time will tell. So y'all stay tuned for the next couple of videos, and we will see what the outcome is. So followers, I want you to know, when you're in it, it's okay. Just keep trusting that God's going to see you through that too, even if it's not in His plan. And that's one of the things I want you guys to understand. And I know I need to wrap this up, but when the spirit hit, and I just gotta let it go. But there are times when you may make a decision and you think you're in God's plan and you're not, but that does not mean that He's going to forsake you in that decision. Because you are being faithful to Him, because you are trying to do everything that you know to do, and you just made a genuinely prayer hearted mistake by going in the opposite direction, God is still going to see you through it. He's still going to make sure that you come out on top. That's where that saying, what the devil meant for bad, God meant for good, or used for good, is saying that there are times in our life when we're going to make a decision that is not aligned with God's plan. It's not aligned with what He has for us. It's not aligned with what's best for us. But God will make it work. When you got lemons and you got water and sugar, we will make that into a hydration beverage benefiting you. You know what I mean? So don't get discouraged. Don't feel like you just got to throw in the towel, start all over, reset, reboot, and all this stuff. Just continue to trust. Say, okay, Lord, I'm here. I'm not sure if I should be here, but I'm trusting you to lead me through it. And just have faith that He's going to stay with you and He's going to show up. And it may be in mercy in the form of some Bria tacos, or it may be in another form. But I want you to know that it's worth having the faith in those times when you're just not 100% sure that God has called you in a position that you're in. He'll still see you through it. He'll still walk you through it. He'll still carry you back to where He needs you to start. And that's one thing, another thing I love about God. He don't always have to start you from the beginning. He can pick you up and start you right where you left off at. So count that as a blessing. And I pray that like I said, your day was better. If not, it will get better. Mine's did. Just have a little faith. And y'all just stay blessed and have a great night.